Hey everyone, it's Jason, and this is your midweek cruise news update. And we have a cruise line removing another loyalty perk. We have a child that was drugged on a cruise ship. And how would you react to this if a stranger had a comment about the way your food was prepared while at dinner in the main dining room? So cruise story number one, and I personally think this one's disappointing, as Carnival Cruise Line has removed another loyalty perk. And this one wasn't announced, but passengers caught it. And they reached out to John Hill, the brand ambassador for Carnival Cruise Line. And what it is those that are new to diamond level status in their loyalty program, Carnival Cruise Line would make a $100 charitable donation to St. Jude's Children's Hospital in their name. What a nice little perk there. Well, Carnival has removed that. And when asked about it, John Hill said it had become unmanageable. Now, I have a hard time believing that. You don't know when someone becomes diamond level. So that means if they get on the cruise and they become diamond level status, they don't get other perks? I don't see that would happen. So that's where I have a hard time with this. Now, they couldn't come out and basically say it's a cost-cutting move because they just announced amazing earnings. Over $500 million in net income this past quarter versus previous last year. $8.3 billion in deposits they have on hand as a corporation. Now, I get the corporation's just bigger than Carnival, but let's face it, Carnival is a huge entity in Carnival Corporation. So you just can't come out and say, hey, it's cost cutting. And I think they really should have relooked at this and said, you know what we're going to do moving forward is anybody that makes a donation as a brand new diamond level status, up to $50 will match it. So if you donate $20, we'll donate $20. 50-50. That's a nice compromise in my opinion. Carnival just keeps taking away. They recently also took away the $25 casino credit. A lot of people were upset by that. What do you guys think about this? Now, Carnival still does have a relationship with St. Jude. They do the groove for St. Jude on their ships. You donate $12, you get a shirt, and they have a deck party. And I think it's amazing. Since 2010, they've donated, I believe, over $22 million. So I'm not trying to take away from Carnival there. I just think they should have come up with an alternative way to make everyone happy because, quite honestly, coming out and saying it's unmanageable, that's just not believable to me. What do you guys think? So cruise story number two, and a family that was on the Carnival Glory is saying that their 4-year-old child was drugged on the ship. And it all started when they went down to guest services. They had a key issue for their cabin. They get back to their cabin and they said their son, 4 years old, started acting very strange, slurring words, saying he was thirsty, just acting lethargic, couldn't stand. Said the father took him into the bathroom, looked at his eyes, and he said his pupils were huge. Couldn't even see any color in his eyes. He put a shirt on him, ran him down to the medical facility, and it was closed. I can't even imagine that. So he calls 911, finally sees a nurse and a doctor. They run some tests, and child's not getting any better. Can't stand, not making any sense. And they release him back to his parents and tell his parents to watch him. A few hours later, the father's like, no. We go back down to the medical facility and I tell him, hey, if anything, he's worse. And you need to call the Coast Guard as we have to get off the ship. Finally, security comes in and escalates it, gets it to the captain, and the captain contacts the Coast Guard, and about 4 hours later, they are being medically evacuated, the son and the father, and they go to Holmes Regional in Fort Lauderdale. Now, from the start of this to by the time they get to Holmes, it's about 16 hours, if I got my timeline correct. When they get them to Holmes Regional, he said the doctor and the nurses all felt that he had been poisoned by LSD. Somehow I'd gotten a hold of LSD. Now, the wife and their other two children were still on the cruise, and they had asked the doctor, about it. What exactly are you seeing? Are you seeing anything on the cameras? And he did say that they saw the son pick up something near guest services. They get him back home, and he said that he started asking his son about it. And his son says, I picked up something near guest services. It was a sticker, and I licked it. And everyone kind of agrees that this is LSD. Now, the father obviously is upset by the situation, and so is the mother. But they said they're really more upset by the reaction from Carnival. It was very lackadaisical. Crazy story here. I'll make sure to put a link in the description if you're wanting to watch the full interview. It is about 50 minutes and it kind of walks you through a lot of it. So before I get to cruise story number 3, I would ask that you please like this video, as it does help the channel grow. Also consider subscribing, as we're on the path to 100,000 subscribers by the time we go on our Alaskan cruise in August. If you could help me out with that, I would greatly appreciate it. Thanks so much. So cruise story number 3, and I can't wait to hear how you guys would react to this one. As a passenger was on Royal Caribbean, and they went to the main dining room, and they said it was one of their favorite nights because it had prime rib on it. And they ordered their prime rib medium rare. He said the dish comes out, and a table next to them. Now, if you're not aware of how close the tables are, when you're in the main dining room, many times you can see what other people order and how it's prepared. Well, they decide to comment on how they had it cooked by saying, ooh, are you really going to eat it like that? I'm so sorry. Can you imagine the audacity of somebody that actually makes a comment about how you have your food cooked and how you're going to eat it? Mind your own business. That's what I would have said. Now, I asked them what they said. They said they didn't say nothing. They said it kind of ruined their meal a little bit. And they said, hey, next time, just don't mess with my yum yum. They said they didn't even eat dessert. They just left pretty soon afterwards. What a shame that people have a comment like that. And if you don't like, or that bothers the way, someone has their food cooked, then turn away. Or if you have to, maybe you should move to another table. Because that's not their problem. I get prime rib at medium rare, looks a little red, but it's amazing. That's my opinion. Now, if you like yours well done, have at it. Not my deal. I can't imagine someone doing this. How would you guys react? So I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much for the support. And until I talk to you next week, happy cruising.